to the Baby Lambs Podcast. Welcome 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 to the Baby Lambs Podcast.
Hi,
I'm Ashley.
I'm Lisette, and we are the Baby Lambs Podcast.
And what a day it is. I don't know.
What day is it? That will assault anybody's ears. I'm so sorry. I
so
just had to.
scary. Yeah, that was so scary.
I'm practicing for the horror film that I'm going to be a part of this year.
Are you?
Maybe. I don't know.
That's manifesting.
That's
for
manifesting.
sure. That's what's going to happen now.
It's because I have a lot of crows in my yard. So
What do you mean you have a lot of crows in your
I
yard?
talked about having a bird feeder. I got crows now.
Are you being nice to the crows? Crows are...
I'm being super nice. I'm letting them run, wreak absolute havoc in my yard.
Okay. Just how
I know, which is funny. I keep feeling like Amanda Seyfried and I are having like parallel lives. Not at all. The only reason is because I watched an interview with her where she talked about how it's taken her a year to befriend some crows that are in her yard due to a bird feeder. And I was like, this is me right now. I'm in my first year of trying to have the crows just be there. I just want them there. But they're mean. They're mean. They take over the feeder and then eat all of the feed. But in the process, obviously, all the feed is falling to the floor. So then all the doves and the warblers and like the other tiny birds come by and they're like, okay, I guess we eat from the floor. And it's just so sad seeing birds eat from the floor because I'm like, you should be in the sky.
Wow, man. The crows are the bullies. And you're trying to befriend the bullies. But I don't blame you because crows are like a powerful...
A group of crows is called a murder.
Yes,
Let's just start there.
Yes,
I'm
they
not
are.
trying to be a result of that.
I was listening to This American Life. I think it was This American Life. And I think it was a rerun.
Yeah.
Shout out This American Life. I love you so much.
Not sponsored.
Not sponsored. NPR isn't sponsoring us. And one of the mini stories was about a dude who had like cut down a tree in his front yard. Unbeknownst to him, there was a family of crows that lived in that tree.
Oh, no.
And the crows began to terrorize this man for, I think, several years. Like, I'm not doing it any justice. I'm probably doing it wrong. I'm saying it wrong. But it got to the point where, like, every time he would park his car in the driveway and walk into the house, the crows would come and attack.
No.
So he would come out in disguises. He would come out. And it got to the point where, like, his life was, like, it was, like, an unhappy living situation. So he was like, I have to make amends to the crows. And he ended up getting, like, forgot whatever crows, like, some fancy, like ambrosia for fucking crows, and would carry it on his head in like a tub and be like
praise be the crows.
Praise be the crows. Eat from my bounty. Please forgive me. And it took, I think, a couple of days, and then they fucking started saying, fine, you're fine. Yeah. But it took a long time, so please do not look.
No, for the crows listening to this podcast episode, you are welcome in my yard. It's fine. Keep being the bullies that you are. It's okay. It's okay. You know, I understand. I know that you're misunderstood.
They are.
But yeah, how's your time been since we last spoke on here?
I mean, it's been. I agree. I mean, I'm doing okay.
Okay.
Is that believable?
If you believe it. Let's try one more time where it sounds the most believable.
Okay. 1, 2, 3. I'm great.
Definitely not strained.
No.
Definitely not strained. And it was kind of not believable, but it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. I feel like this is a good moment to introduce everyone to a brand new segment. Because if you say here, great, it just makes me feel like I think we have some stuff that we need to get off our chest.
Oh, boy.
So I had told these lovely women that work on this podcast together that one of the things Michael and I started doing at home is whenever we feel like we're being a little too, what's the word? Is it bratty? Would you say that?
Yeah.
When we kind of feel like we need a new perspective. Let's rebrand it. When we need a new perspective, we look at each other dead in the eye and we go, grow up. So that is also in reference to that wonderful YouTube video from like 300 years ago, or that Vine, where the two dudes are talking about the Wizard of Oz. And he's like, her sister came down on a bubble, bro. Grow up. So that's where it comes from.
It's perfect.
And I feel like you have a couple of things that you maybe need to remind yourself that you got to grow up.
Well, I guess I do. Well, I have one.
Which is so rough to say. I can give mine as a first example if you want.
No, it's okay. Well, if you'd like to, you can go.
Just to be the example.
Please.
But if you're ready, go for it. Go.
Oh, me?
I see you ready. I see you
Yeah,
ready,
but
girl.
now I'm scared that mine isn't that good. I'm gonna try.
No, it's not about being good. It's just,
It's a grow up moment.
It's a grow up moment. I think we all need to be reminded that we all have that problem. Because look, I think like one thing that we do a lot, especially as millennials, we classify things as a first world problem. So this is a solution to that because we have to rebrand. Okay.
I guess I know because the Gen Zers are like on our ass about it.
They can grow up. They're the first ones that need to grow up.
So I'll tell you what happened, and it really debilitated me for that moment. So I would really like your sympathies. All right. So I was trying to print.
Okay.
At work. And at work, you can print sometimes. I don't know how to explain it, but basically we have like a central printer and whatever, you have to like send to it and you have to like, tell it it's beautiful and then like answer a riddle and that's how it'll print.
Yeah.
There's always like a whole process. It has to recognize that you are the one who has requested an item. And to be fair, I've never had a problem with a printer.
Okay.
Never. So I go to print some items and I'm printing, not for work, honestly. I'll be honest. It wasn't for work.
Wow.
It wasn't for work, but it was
It's
important stuff. And I have Gabe waiting for me outside. He has, our son is in the car. I'm trying to get all this printed to go and whatever. I go to my computer, I type that I want to print, and then I run into the little mini room where the copy room is, and I go and I swipe and I tell it it's beautiful and I do all the things, and then it says, you ain't got no fucking requests in here.
Oh.
And I was like, okay, maybe I did it wrong. So I go back to my office and I do the little thing and then I say, you're beautiful. And then I come back into the fucking Toshiba place and I press print and it says, who the fuck are you? You don't got shit here. Stop coming to me. And at this point, I'm alone because it's like 5 something. Everybody has had the right idea and has left for the day. And thank God, because I'm at this point stomping my feet like a fucking child from one end of the office into mine to sit at my desk and be like, what do I need? What do I need to do? Like, how do I make you fucking work? And then I had to figure it out, and then I finally did it. But I walked away, and as I was finally printing the items, I was like, this is 100% a grow up moment. Because I was so, like, I could feel, like, my blood pressure start to rise. I felt like, oh, man, I like, the world is against me. And I'm like, Ashley, it's a fucking printer. Like,
yeah.
I was thinking of like that meme of Kim Kardashian in the ocean losing her diamond earring.
There are people starving in the world, Kim.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly. I'm like, this for real. Like, this isn't it. But that's my grow up of the week.
Oh, mine. So I knew that I was going to have a hard week. It was going to be very long. We had a lot of things going on, and it's been like 3 full weeks of like just very busy. And ahead of that, so this is like maybe 2 weeks ago, I got really like in a bad funk about it. I was like, I have to go in on a Monday. Then I have to be in the rest of the week, including Saturday and Sunday. And then on like, what was it? Wednesday and Thursday, I'm at work till like 8 p.m. And I'm like huffing and puffing. And I'm like, on Friday, after like, we're supposed to end at noon, and I have to now go to Brickell for some blah, 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 blah. And I was in it. Like, this is me on my commute. I wasn't even listening to books. I was just screaming in the car, just like throwing tantrums. And at one point, I'm in this traffic and nothing is happening. And I just literally, like, I look in the rearview mirror at myself and then I go, bitch, grow the fuck up. You are in AC. Your car literally works. You're going to have days off in between, first of all. So what are you so worried about? And then the other part was like, and also, use your power of manifestation. You're not going to go to Brickell. Like, no matter what, things are going to work out. And Ashley, rest assured, little by little, like all the things that I was like dreading either passed, like they came and went, or, you know, I ended up not having to go to Brickell.
Nice.
And the weekend that I worked was super chill and everything was fine. And I survived it. And then I was telling Michael like all those things, and that man just looked me dead in the eyes and was just like, grow up, bro. What the hell? Like, why are you trying to? And I was like, it's fine. I've given myself the speech. I don't have anything else I need to do about it. So I've lived to tell the tale.
Wow. Survived. You did. I'm so happy for you. I really am. I'm glad because it sounded awful. But you know, it is a really great like way of thinking. Like fucking, it's fun. Like there are worse things than whatever the printing and
our like
extra work and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
for me it was like the minutia, right?
Yes.
It was like, oh, I have to drive all these days and this, that, the other. And I was like, girl, you used to drive every day to Brickell from where you lived. Like, chill.
Girl, you used to take a bus.
I used to take a bus.
You used to take a bus to Brickell.
I used to wake up at 5:30 in the morning to be able to hop on a bus to then get on the train to then walk to the office.
Yeah, no.
So again, perspective.
It is.
That's what this segment is about.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Which makes me feel like that song we hate from Frozen. He's a bit of a fixer-upper.
Oh, aren't we all?
Oh my gosh.
Dude.
But yeah, I guess once this comes out, you know, tell us what your grow up moment was, if you want to share with all these strangers of the internet.
Mm-hmm. We won't judge.
We won't judge. Clearly, I mean,
honestly, we're all just trying to get to the next day.
I know. That
That reminds me, I have to talk about my time with this therapist.
Ooh.
Listen, I know. So the last time we were here, I mentioned I was going to start therapy.
Mm-hmm.
And I met this very nice older woman. And, you know, our first session together via telehealth, she was really nice. And it was one of those like collection of data kind of things. So I kind of had a hint of like what I was going to walk into, but I wanted to give her a shot. And I had my first session, like a full session with her. And this poor, sweet, wonderful, darling woman is just not a good fit for me. She's just
Literally, that's how it's gonna feel.
Oh, bro, man. There was a part of it where I was telling her that like, oh, I'm so busy. I have all these things and I have this podcast that I do. And she was like, oh, okay. Like, you have a podcast. What do you do? Like, you give advice? And I'm like, absolutely not. I don't give anyone advice. I don't do fucking any of that. And like, it became clear she was talking to me because she was mentioning that she had another client that had a podcast. And she's like, yeah, and she sells, she says that she sells like garments or something. And I was like, oh, she doesn't know that this is an auditory experience.
Uh-huh.
I think she thinks we're a YouTube channel. And then there was just a lot of explaining stuff. And that was my 45 minutes. She explained to me a little bit of what my job is. And that's when I was like, I think you're a really nice lady. And then she asked me if I was going to have a second child.
How did that go?
You know, she wanted me to know that she was an only child and that she's fine. But that she had always asked her parents for an older brother, like growing up. And she was like, you know, so when I had kids, I made sure to have more than one because I always wanted a sibling and you should really think about it. And I'm like, well, you know, I'm not quite there. And, you know, they're expensive and, you know, we're going through some career changes right now. It's really not what I'm thinking about. And she's like, well, that might be a good motivation for this career change to make the money to have a second kid. And I was like, okay,
it's giving,
okay.
let's have a baby to save this marriage. That's what it's giving. Like, it's the same, like, school of thought, you know?
A little bit. And I'm like, but you know, my son, he's very fulfilled. He has a lot. Like, I felt myself explaining to, like, trying to defend my life.
Yeah.
And she wasn't trying to tell me I was doing anything wrong. I know that it came from the right place. You know, I think it also had to do with, like, generation differences. But man, I'm just like, I'm not good at breaking up with people. So I just know I'm not going to see her again. And I tried to like find like a different therapist, and I'm looking for recommendations, ladies and gentlemen. I'm open to recommendations. But like, yeah, man.
I mean, I get you. I also feel like if you are in therapy and you're finding yourself kind of having to like defend a choice that you've had, especially in this regard where like that is such a life-changing choice, right? And also without, not that this is the case, but like, let's say that there were other factors as to why like this is the choice that you've made, all of these different things. It's like, you also don't have all that context. So to kind of like put the pressures that you've put on yourself on your client was like, I remember you telling me, and I was like, this is such a bizarre and slightly like out of touch, like way of handling this conversation.
It was just not expected. I wasn't ready. I was really ready. I even gave her like real fodder. I was like, here are my reasons why, you know, like this is how I grew up. And I explained my whole, like, I am, you know, my life. And she was still like, you know, that's all sad and good. But, you know, at least with your son won't be lonely if he has. I was like, bruh, I gotta go.
When she was telling me that, I was like, let me at her.
I gotta go.
Let me at her. As the staunch only child in this group, you let me at her.
Here. Bruh. I mean, but see, to me, that was also another like grow up moment. Because after that, I was like, fuck, man.
I think more to her. She needs to grow up, literally.
Bruh. Pobrecita. I wish her the best. She was very nice, and I'm sure she's very good to all the clients that she's had for many years. But
no, pobrecita.
It couldn't be me. It couldn't be me.
Pobrecita, too, like you're like excited, like you've found someone, you're starting your sessions, and then now you're just kind of like, great, now one more person I have to like defend my choices to, or like hyper explain
exactly
your choices, which I'm like sort of defeats the point sometimes, like especially because I like separately to this, right? Like I know why you were going, so I'm like, okay,
yeah,
ma'am, what do you want me to do with this?
Exactly. You gave me just more of the anxiety. I was whatever. The point is, I'm again. Please leave your recommendations for a nice telehealth therapist.
Yes, please.
For I'm looking for someone.
Gosh.
But the hunt continues. I think that's what's important. As as we grow, we continue to try. Right. That's all we can do.
I had therapy today.
Oh, you did? How'd it go?
Yeah, ahead of this. It went well. I'm officially in the stage where like we're not meeting with the same frequency as before.
Oh, that's a big. Good
Yeah.
for you.
Thanks. I am delivered. I am healed. Thank you. By no means am I any of those things, but definitely like life doesn't feel as chaotic,
That's good.
which is good. So we did talk a bit about the books that we're reading. So I basically like my therapist is me. Not really that she is a real person or whatever, but there's a lot of similarities, and I it is my preference that like we actually engage in some small talk. Nothing that like is inappropriate from her, I guess. Like she's not sharing like all of these things about her life, but we do bond over books. So it's just been really nice.
I love that.
I like her. I got a good egg. Took me a minute to get here, but got a good egg, so I have hope for you.
Thanks. I hope to get there soon too.
Yeah. And you will, you know, like it's like everything else in life as adult people. It takes time sometimes. But you know, like in your gut,
yeah,
if it's a good fit or not. So,
well, I can tell you that in my hunt to find self-soothing, stress-free relief, I have been going back and taking up some of the shows that bring me the most joy.
Important.
Very important. And I'm really happy to say that the newest season, or rather the new second season of a show that is called something different than the first season, was basically Company Retreat.
What was the name of the first season, Ashley?
Jury Duty. See? I'm telling you. So I have found a lot of peace and joy in Company Retreat. And I've been rewatching Jury Duty too, because it's just such a feel-good show. And Company Retreat, it took a while for us to get here because, like, you know, I'm guessing it takes a bit to make a show like this. If you're not familiar, Company Retreat and Jury Duty share a similar premise, where they have, so in the case of Jury Duty, it was a show that was on Freevee, and now you can watch it, I think, on Amazon, not sponsored, but please feel free. And it was a show where they created a documentary, if you will, around the process of being a part of a jury. And they went through a casting process and whatever. They cast all these people, and there's one particular juror who is really the main focus of the show, but he doesn't know that. Everybody else is an actor, and he is the person.
Yeah.
It's basically a hero story. Like it's where they like put him through like legit trial, like court time. Like he was sitting in court for hours a day, and then like bizarre things would happen. James Marsden is on the jury too, and somehow he still doesn't figure out this is a show. And it's just wonderful. And they followed the same formula for a show called Company Retreat, where they have a documentary crew following this a hot sauce company, and it's called like Grandma's something.
Yeah, it's like Grandma's Sauce or something like that. I've only seen the trailer. I haven't seen the season yet.
Yeah, it's like Grandma's Hot Sauce or something. And like they hire a guy to be a temp, as like the HR assistant temp guy. And they bring him in and they want him, they're like, oh, we want you to come and join us for this 3-week company retreat that we have every year.
Which is crazy. Like the fact that like the idea of a 3-week retreat sounds
horrific. Like I've never seen a retreat be that long. But you know, what do you know? Like the behind the scenes, because the show's already finished, but the behind the scenes of it is so interesting, because unlike Jury Duty, where in Jury Duty, you know, by design, all the people, even the actors or whatever, they're able to play as people who've never met because they were all chosen to be on a jury. They're not meant to be friends, right? But Company Retreat is a small company that's been together for 20 plus years, quote unquote. So these people had to create true, real stories with each other
That's right.
to like be able to sustain that we've been a family of coworkers for 20 years in like 2 weeks.
Ugh.
And it's so fascinating. It really delivered.
Imagine having to like Photoshop pictures of like Finn like in the future, you know?
Oh my God. I can't.
Like some random person. That's just crazy. Like they have to create lore.
They had to create lore. And two of
I
the
would love
people,
that.
it's so good. And two of the people, like the company is meant to be like a family owned, obviously, because it's grandma or whatever.
Grandma sauce.
And it's like the dad trying to pass on the company to his son.
Mm-hmm.
So they also had to create like this like lifelong bond between them. And what was really funny about them, and this isn't giving anything away, but like it's an adult son, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
And every time they would have an interaction, like where he would be like, "Oh, and my son, whatever, he's gonna take over the company, yay!" He would be like, "Okay, thanks, Dad." And he would always give him a hug, and then they would kiss on the mouth. every time. And that poor guy was just so like understanding. They do such a good job of bringing in this like unsuspecting, like good-hearted person. Because the whole point of the show, just so for the record, if you've never watched these shows, it's not a prank show.
Yeah.
It's not like they're trying to humiliate the guy. On the contrary, they're making him. They put him in circumstances that are outlandish, but they do it in hopes that he will choose the right path, right? And they don't. It's
kind of like choose your own adventure.
Yeah,
he just doesn't know that he's creating that,
right? And they really do build up to like this like superstar, like hero feel good moment.
Oh, I can't wait.
And then they reveal, like, you know, that they are in fact actors, and then he gets like a Tremendo prize.
Yeah,
it is so good. You need to watch. I
will. I had seen the commercial or the trailer, and I was like, oh, great, but I didn't capture when it was gonna be released. So in my mind, it's like it was coming out later in the year, and then today when you mentioned it, I was like, that's right, it's out. So I'll probably start watching it this week because I love that show, which begs the question, because we've been at a company retreat together.
We've been on a couple.
And only one of them was like overnight.
Yes.
And you know what, like what I didn't like about it is I felt it was very tame because like no one wanted to go out.
Right. We were all terrified.
Everybody was terrified, but it's just so funny because like we had gone out with all these people for happy hours, like for many years, a billion times. And it made me like, so seeing that trailer for that show and thinking about that made me feel like I kind of absolutely love company retreats.
I think they're super fun. And maybe not this one. I wouldn't want to do this one.
I mean, 3 weeks it's a bit of a long time.
But but when you see it, you'll understand, because they had to fill that time.
Of course they did.
Right. So it basically is more of like a conference than it is a retreat. So they have all of these like guys, they have all these people come in to give presentations on like, but some of them are so hilarious. And then others are so boring. And they're all fabulous.
So now when you're at work, because when I did see that company retreat was one of the things that we wanted to talk about today, I want to know, what is your current fun fact?
My current fun fact that like I share with people
at a work thing. Yeah.
A work thing?
Yeah, because you know when you attend a work thing, they love okay, tell us your name, your role, and if it's not the company you work for, the company you work for, and just a brief fun fact about you.
Oh no, I'm still using the same one, and it's probably too old, but I don't want to have to think it much harder. But I always tell people that I used to work for Walt Disney World and Universal Studios.
It's a good one.
And then I was an improv actor for them and all that. That's all I share. But at this point, it was like 20 years ago, so I really need to come up with something else. I mean, because I'm kind of boring. I mean, I could say we have a podcast, but I don't want anybody to find.
I feel like that's fair.
Just kidding. Find us and let me know in the hallways.
Yeah, but like in a work setting, it's weird because then they start wanting to make you like
to bring
like say
recommendations.
more. No, but
yeah.
also like say more about yourself than you want to in that type of setting. And I'm like, absolutely not. Mine changes frequently, but the latest one that I use is that I've known my husband since I was 13 years old. And I don't say anything else because people are either like delighted or horrified. Because that can mean so many things. How old is the man?
Yeah.
How old was he when you met the man? Well, by the way, he was 14. Like,
yeah. No. If anything, he was robbing the cradle.
But, you know, it's always like a weird conversation starter, and it brings me so much joy.
That's really cute.
I like
that's
that one.
a good one, though.
I like that one a lot. And then I think before that, the last one was that I had been to Japan like 3 times back to back.
Ooh.
And then everybody's like, oh my God, this is such a far way to go. And I'm like, yeah, it is. You're right. And now I think about that time and I'm like, how did I get there 3 times in a row? But company retreat, people watch it and talking about James Marsden, not really. But I am watching Your Friends and Neighbors season 2, and he is in it. First of all, that man looks phenomenal. But second of all, he is like appropriately aging into acting.
Okay.
Like I feel like every time I see him in a show, I'm like, oh, this is the role that you would have as a man your age. Just feels very age appropriate every time. I don't know how to explain it. It was weird, but I was having that thought today while I was watching the show.
I mean, that's really good for him because he's been in the business for so long. He's been in the business, I think, since like he was a kid.
Yeah.
So
It's crazy.
I actually realized he was a kid actor not too long ago because I follow him as a result of Jury Duty. And he posted a picture with this other young actor from his age, from his era. And like, I remember seeing that kid in all the shows, like Growing Pains and all those shows.
I see what it is.
But I believe he passed away pretty young. And that was the point of the post, was him talking about like, man, I still think about you and you were my best friend, whatever. And then the pictures of him with that dude, it's them as children. And I'm like, I think I saw you also on like Full House. Like, who are you on all those shows? So good for him for finding roles that are like, appropriate to him. And he's so good in Jury Duty, guys. Please. I'm sorry.
He really is. He really is. I saw that season and he was phenomenal. Like, just great. In that vein of child actors, I was watching DTF St. Louis. I haven't caught up to it. So it has Jason Bateman.
Oh, that's the one with Vince Vaughn, right? No. Who's
This
the
one
other
has
guy?
David Harbour.
David Harbour,
And,
yes.
Ay, ¿cómo se llama esta muchachita? Ay, que she was from Freaks and Geeks.
¿Cuál?
The main freak.
The main freak, not the geek. The one that was in
From Bloodline also, and then the other show with Christina, was it Christina Applegate?
Yeah, Dead to Me.
Dead to Me.
Yeah. I know who you're talking about. I haven't seen the show.
And why Linda Cardellini?
Linda Cardellini.
My brain works sometimes. I don't know why in my mind I register her as Janine Garofalo. 2 very different actresses.
But you know what? That's a pretty fair comparison because they were very similar types.
Yes,
man.
and like they were very famous at the same time. But I started watching it, and it's a dark comedy, but it's sort of like they're making fun of the thriller genre, or like murder mystery, true crime genre, because there is a crim, and then you're like trying to figure it out, but like, for example, Jason Bateman's character, so they live in like this small town called Twyla in Missouri, so right outside of St. Louis. I believe it's a real town. But his whole thing is like he doesn't drive. He only uses this like tricycle where he's basically like laying down.
Oh, one of those.
Because it's really good for your knees.
Oh my God, I remember those weird bikes.
And it's so obnoxious because like so much of what he has to do deals with him being, I know I'm trying really hard to like not acknowledge. It's fine. They'll know what this is about.
Yeah, you'll see. Follow us on Instagram and you'll see why we're laughing.
But it's such like a bizarre bit to do.
Mm-hmm.
And then the second bit is the utilization of Smoothie King.
Smoothie King.
Ah.
I guess I have to watch it too.
It's a good time. I didn't know if I liked it at first or not, but it's definitely like grown on me. I'm enjoying it a lot more.
Okay.
I finally like caught on to the bit of the show.
I gotta give it a shot. I have to give it a shot.
It's cute. She's cute. She's out there. And the other thing that came out today
Oh my
that I
god.
wanted to talk about is that the trailer for Practical Magic 2 Electric Boogaloo came out. And oh my god, we're talking so much about TV and movies in this one.
And
I love that. It's everything I do. What happened? What happened, Millie? You made a face. What did I forget? What am I doing? Yeah. How do you feel?
Delighted, swayed, excited. Did I say
Yeah.
excited or excited?
Exactly.
Anxiety ridden excitement. No, I'm so thrilled because I think it's like one of my favorite movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a comfort watch, the original.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, do I think that this one's gonna be good? I don't know,
It looks good.
but I think it'll be good.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it made me feel the same feels that I had when the second Hocus Pocus came out.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you, I'm not in the same boat as everybody where they were like, oh, this is like the movie sucks. I'm like, I'm thrilled that they brought it back. So I am just as thrilled, and everybody looks so fucking good.
Okay, the hair.
The hair.
I want to talk
is-
about
oof.
their hair because that is like a big deal of the first one, right? Like
Mhm.
everyone's like, what are their names? Sally and ¿cómo se llama la otra?
Carla Maria.
Okay, her. But Nicole Kidman and Sandra Bullock. Everybody's like, their hair is great. It's like, what kind of hair is it that you're gonna have this summer? And da 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 da. And man, I watched that trailer and I was like, the hair is herring. They look good.
They do.
They all look good.
They all look great. And the young actresses
Mm-hmm.
that they have, the como
From
Joey King
Y la otra es Macy from Game of Thrones.
and Maisie Williams.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't think so.
Maisie.
I'm so sorry.
You know,
But yeah, from Game
yeah.
of Thrones. Arya.
Yeah, Arya.
It looks really cute. They're hitting a lot of the same beats. I'm on the opposite end of you. I have notoriously been known for not liking Practical Magic 1. I know it's fine. You know what it was? The first time I watched it, even though I was already very much with Michael and in love, I was like, we're harping on men in this movie way too much. And then I kind of stayed fixated on that. And then the second time I watched it, I was like, this movie is moving at a glacial pace and I have no idea what's going on. And I've basically like every time it was like something else. And the last time I watched it, which was I think at some point last year, I was like, it's actually not that bad. Why have I been so critical about a movie that's just supposed to make you feel good?
It made me fall in love with Apothecaries because it was the first Apothecary I've ever seen. Was that movie? Because she runs her own little like edible
Yes.
apothecary there.
Yeah.
I mean, I get what you're saying because it is very, but it's not that it's male focused. It's like companion.
They were like boy crazy. That's how I felt.
They are boy crazy, but I think that the core story, when I think about it, is really about the desire for companionship and the fact that they find it with each other as siblings, and then they want to have emotional connections with men, and they are cursed to never fall in love, you know. And I mean, they lose their parents, they only have each other, and then they almost lose one another, you know, and that's scary. But oh, it's so good. It's so good. And I love that you could see that their characters are like back, you know, like their little rapport is back. But it's just, I could think of like all the key scenes, even though I can't remember Nicole Kidman's name right now. Jesus. What was her fucking name? It was Sally and Jesse Raphael? No. Hold on. One we
Jillian. Gilly?
It was Jillian. Oh my God. Oh God.
But yeah,
I want you to be my wife. That's what he says. I want you to be my wife.
my wife.
Maisie Williams.
Williams.
Hey. I remember
Thank you,
someone.
producer Millie. Appreciate
Yes.
you.
I thought I do think it's really good. I feel like there was a lot going on in the trailer. And now there's like
I don't know, but Lee Pace is in it, so it's definitely gonna be hot.
yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm in. I even cried. I watched the trailer and I cried and I was like, why am I crying? I didn't even care for the first one. But
You know what I was waiting for? I was waiting for that song. It's the way you love me. It's a feeling like this.
It's centrifugal motion. What a
Okay.
good use of
Yeah.
the word centrifugal.
Yeah, that's the only. I've never heard that word again.
Ever.
But I do see her in the first movie when I hear that song of her running.
Mm-hmm.
She's running and she's going to the guy, and the guy pushes fruit, and then they make babies, and then he dies.
Yeah, and what I remember is how beautiful her hair looks in that scene.
Gorgeous. She has like 17 wigs on top of each
Let-
other, and they are so
Yup.
glorious. And she has them in this movie too, because I saw her in that scene where she's like, "Oh, remember when we buried him under a rose bush? Remember that?" And all I get to see was her hair, and I was like, "Wow."
And they look like they had such a fun time, like filming this movie too. I'm just excited. This is good. And in like a couple weeks, we get The Devil Wears Prada Part 2, Electric Boogaloo, and I'm very excited for that.
I'm so grateful that they are making movies and catering them to just us. Yeah,
I'm in.
I'm here.
Look,
they know where money comes from. and
I
it's-
fully
this
agree.
needs to be us.
I fully agree in that like we need new stories
Mm-hmm.
and all that. But also at the same time, I'm like, I just want to feel cozy. And if the thing I loved as a teenage girl is going to come back,
Yeah.
make it come back. Because I'm going to get Mamma Mia Part 3.
Oh, easily.
And it's probably going to be horrible.
I don't care.
And I'm going to love every single second of it. And they're going to use every single song for a third time. And I'm going to be okay with it.
Yeah, and you can dance. I'm fine with it.
And you can jive.
Did you see the clip of the wedding? There was like a wedding party, and there was like a wedding, and it seems like during the reception, when like the couple is sitting at their table or whatever, everybody spontaneously gets up and they start performing the choreography to "You Can Dance," from the movie, because her mom knows how much that movie means to her, the bride, and sent it secretly to all the guests in advance to learn for that one moment. And they filmed it, and it looks, and you see the bride is a blubbering mess.
That would have been me.
Even the husband's like, "Wow, this actually was kind of great."
Yeah.
But yeah, man, I love that shit. No, please, we
too.
deserve a nice warm blanket. The world's on fire.
Literally. We
Can
deserve a giggle.
please?
We deserve a giggle. A giggle is important. I tell that to Michael every night now because I'm like, look, we send each other all these reels all day. If we're not going to watch them together and have ourselves a little giggle in the evening,
Mm-hmm.
don't send me anything.
Yeah, what is it all for?
Don't send me anything because I'm not going to watch it by myself. And then who am I going to be like, you saw how funny that was? Myself? No. It needs to be him.
Right.
And then I have to watch his face as he's watching what I've sent him.
Right, of course. Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
It's beautiful.
Exactly. So the trailer is one of the things I sent him, and I was like, get ready because we're going to watch it later. And he was like, do I have to? And I said, yes, you do, because I'm going to grow out my hair just like Sandra Bullock because she's been my hero since I was a kid.
Yeah, and you can now. You're almost there.
I'm almost there.
Mm-hmm.
I am almost there.
I mean, it
I'm-
releases in September. You'll have plenty of
I'm-
hair by then.
This close to fulfilling my lifelong dream of being Miss Gracie Lou Freebush from Miss Congeniality. I'm this close. It's close. Because you weren't looking when I did that. This close. And I'm so excited. Get ready, bandeau dress.
Oh, it's coming. And the slow moving walk.
And the falling in the heels, 100%.
Yeah, that's happening.
100%.
Whether you want it or not.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And is Michael going to play Benjamin Bratt? No, he's going to be Michael Caine. My beauty guru. I'm kidding. He's absolutely Benjamin Bratt. What are we talking about here? But I'm excited. It looks sweet.
Yes.
That whatever theater we go to is going to be an absolute mess. And I'm saying it live on air right now. We're going to see it at midnight.
Yeah. Of course.
Stay awake. We make cafecito for everybody.
Oh, no, not for me. I need a guy.
Yeah.
That's for me.
Yeah. No. The two of us over here, these fire signs, we'll be ready.
Yeah, no. I'll be wearing my witch's hat, but I will be drinking a 5-hour energy.
This is our Avengers Endgame. Honestly, this year of movies feels like it's like an Avengers Endgame year of movies for women specifically.
Especially given that they are releasing a Doomsday. Did they release the trailer?
Yeah, I don't know, bro. They're just like dándose paja, hiding it from everybody. They're edging all of the fans.
Gross.
I'm so over it. It's just like, at this point, just give me the trailer, bro. I don't care. It's not going to be released until December 18. I only know that because it's 2 days before my birthday. Not because, like, at this point, I care that much.
It's okay. We have plenty for ourselves.
I know it's on your birthday. That's the other reason why I remember it. Are you telling me right now that that's what we're going to go watch? Perfect. We're going to go watch Avengers Doomsday. Please sponsor us. For Budgie's birthday.
Marvel Studios. I know you listen to this podcast.
They do.
Make it happen.
They do.
We can go. I'll stay awake.
And we should.
No.
That one's going to be like at 10 a.m.
You think?
on like the Saturday.
Oh. Okay, fine.
No, because Bachi and I started making plans for our joint birthday this year.
Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
What are you guys going to do?
Don't worry about it.
Bungee jumping?
No.
Paintballing.
wait, hold on.
Is it going to be paintballing?
It's not that.
I've never done it. I want to go paintballing.
Me either. And with our aching bones, bro, Jenny sent me a video of people playing. No, I think she put it in the group. Was it her? Yeah, someone put it in the group chat that it was like playing Duck Duck Goose.
Mm-hmm. With paintballs?
No. Just playing Duck Duck Goose as adults.
Oh.
Like,
painful.
something fun to do on like an afternoon. And I was like, well, I got the yard for that. But let me tell you, if this group plays Duck Duck Goose, it has to be outside the hospital. It has to be outside that ER because the lack of knees and back that we already have.
No, the broken coccyx from everybody trying to slam their asses into the grass.
The next day at work, no, I can't sit because me jodí la ciática.
God, the truth in that. Man, God, aging is bullshit.
Aging is wild. And speaking of aging,
Yes.
you've now read a book for the ages.
Yes, I have.
You've finally read what I am calling for myself probably the most like grippingly romantic book I think I've ever read.
I have to agree. I have to agree for sure.
And what's the name of that book, Ashley?
The book is
The Bible.
The
Just
Old
kidding.
Testament. Everybody's favorite part. The book, The Song of Achilles. It was by Madeline Miller.
Yes.
And you've been telling me for a fortnight at this rate to read this fucking book.
Yeah.
And I said, I don't know, at some point. And I'm grateful. I'm grateful I read it, but I'm angry that I waited so long. It is such a beautiful book. It is. It is
But
an
also
exceptional
that you
book.
can't read it again for the first time. That's the worst part for me.
Yeah, there's no, I mean, I think I could probably still read it and enjoy it because it's written with such color and language that it can still, like, I feel like it could still transport me through the like scenery of it all. But the impact, of course, like that cannot be felt again. My God, what a beautiful book. So what is the book about?
Like, yes, it is about Achilles, but it's really about Patroclus, who is, I forgot the terminology I think that they use in the book because I read this like a couple years ago now. But essentially, Patroclus is like a young boy that becomes
like his companion.
His companion, but I think his father becomes his steward. Like Achilles' father becomes Patroclus's steward.
Yes.
Due to something that happens very early on in the book. And essentially he becomes one of Achilles' like confidants, like close friends. And then it's like the story of them growing up together. And essentially like however, so the story of Achilles is that he is part human,
yes,
but not part god. It's
he is. He's
his mom is a siren, no?
His mom is Thetis, and Thetis is like a river nymph. And his father
he's immortal. He's human.
Is human. And for that he has mortal, like he's mortal, but he has godlike abilities.
Yeah,
because his father's a king. That's
correct. Of like an area.
Yeah, he's like a king. And his whole thing is, if you know anything about Greek mythology, is that he is known for being the greatest warrior and was bred to be this incredible warrior who's very fast and very agile and all those things.
Yes.
And it's written by Madeline Miller, who has like this deep like educational history background. Like she I think majored in the classics and has like
a PhD in like Greek studies, I think.
Something like that. Yeah. And she has like a drama background too. And her whole thing is about kind of translating these big pieces. So basically the Song of Achilles is sort of the Iliad.
Yeah.
And but spoken from the perspective of Achilles, because while many know Achilles as being integral to the war in Troy, there really isn't like this like deep exploration of his upbringing, and she bases it off of a bunch of like texts and stuff, but is able to translate it in such a way that makes it feel like a piece of literature. Like she takes pieces that are from different books and different tellings of the stories and kind of melds it into one, but focuses on the perspective of Patroclus and Achilles.
Yeah. And
my fucking God, what a beautiful, it's just because what they imply is that Patroclus, is he shows up a lot in all the other books, and the way that in the Iliad as well. And the story in the Iliad is that when Achilles vows to fight alongside Agamemnon to get Helen of Troy out of Troy, he does so, and then he gets kind of like, he gets pissed basically and says like, I'm not gonna do this anymore, like fuck you, whatever. And it isn't until the death of Patroclus that somehow he gets like the wherewithal to like fight grossly, and then he dies at the hand of Hector.
Yeah.
But they only speak about it as like the death of Patroclus was so impactful, but they don't explain in any capacity really why he's so impactful. And that's what the book really explores. And whether you like Greek shit or not, whether you are like, that's too many fucking difficult words to pronounce in your head, it is such a well done exploration of this story. And they really she really guides you through who all these characters are. And there's a great glossary as well. Like if you really need like a reference point for like where we are, who is this god, who does this, who does that. It's there. And
yeah, it's such a great retelling of such an old story.
It is.
And I mean, I've read both the Odyssey and the Iliad like at separate times. And then I forgot them all. I'm notorious for reading a thing and then fully forgetting exactly what I read, but knowing how I felt. And Song of Achilles is the only book that I barely recall things, but the immediate feeling that shows up is just like it's just yearning.
It is.
Because there's a moment where everything changes in the book. I'm trying not to spoil things for people simply because it's so easy to spoil, I feel.
Yeah.
And I feel like it merits sort of like getting into that story.
I don't think anybody should put aside what they know about the story and say I already know what happens and not read it. You should read it.
Yeah.
And funny enough, as I was reading it, like occasionally I would get into conversations with people about what books I'm reading, and I mentioned to a couple that I was reading Song of Achilles. Now this book obviously came out a while back, and there were a couple people who were like, "Oh,
yeah."
They all had the same reaction of like,
"Yeah,
enjoy the ride, enjoy it."
It took me a minute to get into it too. Like, I started and I was like, "Fuck, it's so slow," and like all the names, and I hadn't gone into like a book like that in such a long time that I was like I was really struggling, and I picked it up right after I came back from Greece. I think it was like a few months after, and I remember just like really sitting with the book, and I read it so slowly, and it was just like it was just beautiful. There's like no other way to put it. It's just a beautiful story, and whether you've read any of those other like Greek classics or not, like it doesn't matter. This one is definitely was made to like read today. Like
sure.
Yes, the names can be difficult, whether it's places, people, or things. But it's worth it, at least in my opinion. Just give it a chance.
She's easily become one of my favorite authors, honestly. And after having read Circe, I'm even more convinced. Like anything that woman writes, I'm going to read. And she has a couple of other books. I think she has Galatea.
Yeah.
And which is like, I guess, a short story or a series of short stories. But they're
it's
all
a short story.
And she has a new one as well. I forget who is covering. But
I think the next one that she was going to write was about Persephone.
Oh, maybe. But there's one that is out because I started like, oh my God, like, can I read everything you've ever made? And she has, only a couple, like she has like, I think like 4 books out. And my God, she really just, I recommend it to anyone anyone who wants to like even the war, like just like the depths of
war. Oh,
the war. Like listen, I don't even know how to explain it, but like it is yearning for sure, but there's also just like the wide breadth of emotions and the exploration within range of like pure joy to extreme grief is so well portrayed. There's like not a single emotion that is lost in the book. And like I read it fairly recently. I mean, given I've read a few books in between, but like I feel like I can recall most of the details of the story. Like, and that's wild for me because I'm usually one who like reads a book and I remember that I felt that I liked it, and then I like forget all the details.
And then goodbye.
It just my brain doesn't have
time to make new space.
But Song of Achilles, I feel like I truly hope I can remember every detail as well as I do right now. And the same for Circe, honestly, because Circe is empowering as fuck.
Can't wait.
It is so fucking good. And now more than ever, I am so excited for the Odyssey. Like once I read Song of Achilles and then watched the Odyssey trailer again, I was like, oh my god, they're gonna do this. And I lost my fucking mind. And that's not how I felt the first time.
I know. It's just
so good.
I just love a book that just kind of stays with you. For me, at this point with that book, I just know what I feel in my body. And every time it comes up, I feel the exact same way. And I hope that it stays like that forever. that it's just always just such a lovely memory. But the main thing I do remember is when I finished it, I was a sobbing mess.
Mm-hmm.
And I literally had to look at Michael and I was like, I need you to hold me for a little bit. I am not okay.
No, that ending.
I know.
And Cersei has a similar one.
Great.
Like in the way that like
Great.
I can't explain it. She's a very good author. She's a very, very good author.
Yeah, she is. She is.
Mm-mm.
She deserves her flowers.
100%. 100%. Send us your books. I'll read it.
Same, honestly.
Happily.
Persephone. Can't wait. Can't wait, baby girl.
Well, I mean, I feel like therapy aside, I think that we talked about a lot of nice feel good.
Now I'm just in my
entertainment.
feelings. Now I'm gonna go cry it out. I'm only kind of playing around.
Oh.
It's okay. It's okay. I've been loving a good cry. It's nice.
It is. It's healing.
It is healing. Well, until next time.
Until next time, babies.
Bye. Thanks for spending this time with us. If you love this episode or were just here for the sass, either way, please follow, rate, and share. Find us on Instagram and TikTok at Baby Lambs Podcast.
Before we head out, we want to thank a few people who helped make Baby Lambs Podcast possible. Thank you to our producer, Millie Martin, for keeping everything running smoothly behind the scenes, Daniel Acosta for creating our intro and outro song, and Janabelle Art from Tiger House Tattoo for designing our logo and giving us an identity. We couldn't have done it without you guys.
Welcome to the Baby Lambs Podcast. Welcome to the Baby Lambs Podcast.